Hello, festival goers of the internet. I'm the Festival Finesser, and today we are going to be talking about Dancefestopia 2023, looking at the lineup, the artists, and sharing my overall thoughts and reactions of the lineup, and sharing any other information I have regarding the festival that I have obtained over my years of doing these reviews. Sadly, not ever attending, but hopefully this will be the year in 2023. So, for those who don't know me, I'm the Festival Finesser. I'm a videographer, content creator here on YouTube and Instagram. This is my channel that revolves around music festivals and live music going experiences with a focus and concentration on dubstep and rhythm. So today we're going to be looking at the 2023 lineup for Dancefestopia, but before we do that, I want to talk about some fun facts, interesting features about the festival that I think you should know and just should be highlighted, just because they're unique and different. And like I said, this festival is vibey, it's different, it stands. Again, for me, this is all personal. It stands out to me. It's always caught my attention. The branding, the marketing, the name, the location, the vibe, the camping. It all sounds like it's right up my alley. So this festival has been running for 11 years, so they kind of know what they're doing. They have all of their kinks ironed out. There's no obstacles, no hiccups. If there are, I'm sure they can work through it and have a crazy staff that's just well organized and prepared and knows what they're doing. So this festival is also being marketed this year as a 7-day festival. 7 days, 7 nights, 5 stages. Last year it was 4 stages, and last year I think it was only 5 days. But this year you can arrive as early as up to Monday. Turning it from Monday to Sunday, basically. I think, right? Yeah. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. And then if you buy either of those passes, the Thursday pre-party is included. So now you have Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday pre-party, Friday, Saturday, Sunday is the festival. And that right there, sounds like a whole vibe. And in the past, I've compared this festival to like a small Electric Forest, but a step above Big Dub. And like, I guess if those two festivals had a baby, the outcome would be Dancefestopia. Best way for me to describe it. And the reasons I say that are because it has this vibe up in the in the mountains, in the forests, in the woods. And what's unique about this festival, like Big Dub, is it's not car-side camping. You're up literally in the woods, camping in the trees, in the mountains, in the sticks, basically off the beaten path. I compare it to forest because when it gets nighttime, it looks like the forest kind of comes to life. If you go into the forest at Electric Forest, it is lit up, and it's a whole other part of the festival that you could just get lost in. And I feel like, with this festival being a camping and arts festival, in addition to music, whenever you get that addition, camping and arts festival, or even just music and arts festival, it usually has something more to offer. And this festival venue actually is a children's camp, when it's not being a venue. So a lot of the activities they have to offer are very outdoor and summer camp canoeing, fishing, rock climbing wall. Those are all additional add-ons that you have to pay for. Again, being there for 3 days extra, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday with nothing to do, that could be kind of cool, fun stuff to do with the squad and just vibe out and, just relax. Yeah, so with this being a children's, summer camp, the part of the proceeds of the venue are donated to the children's camp for the summer programs. Which I thought was really cool, and they make a very big deal of leaving no trace and respecting the environment. And I think it is important to know that like this space is not only being used for festivals, and that's like most spaces, And so on the website, it also says that they feature 200 plus artists, and on the lineup that we have, we definitely don't have 200 artists. So I would imagine that there's going to be some kind of like local stage added, and maybe like a silent disco or something like that. And it also says that they are having 5 stages, but they only advertise 4 on the website. There's only 4 named stages, so I'm again imagining there's going to be a local stage or a silent disco that is after hours kind of a thing to make it a 5th stage. And they also have art installations and world-class production, they say. And the other thing that I thought is cool is they label themselves as a high-energy music and arts festival. And you guys know me, I probably say high energy at least 5 times a video. So this is definitely right up my alley. And again, with it being such a long festival, a camping festival, and a very kind of like vibing, it seems very just kind of like, almost just like So yeah, this definitely seems right up my alley with it being camping and, extended, 4 or 5 days, the pre-party, and the lineup this year is crazy. So let's take a look at this lineup here and get into some of these artists. So right off the bat, you can see as the headliners, we have ZZ on Friday, Excision on Saturday, and Subtronics on Sunday. And right when I saw this, I was like, okay, I can kind of see the direction that they're trying to take this festival, because those are 3 heavy hitters and 3 big names in EDM and like dubstep, let alone EDM. So into the next tier here, we have more heavy hitting dubstep, bro. We have Bear Grylls, Borgore, Funcase, Kaiwachi, Keizo, Riot 10, Sullivan King, and Zomboy. And then we have a little bit of some different stuff in here as well for the, just to give it some variety and some diversity. We have Dr. P, Jansen, Knife Party, and Mode Step. So, again, with a festival like this, when you can kind of see the direction it's going, festivals like Forbidden Kingdom, Lost Lands are primarily heavy. This festival is giving a primarily heavy vibe, and looking at it as an artist, I would try and bring a heavier set if I was going to be playing. And then, so getting into our next tier of artists here, we have 100 Drums, who I've been seeing on a lot of lineups. I'm not too familiar. I feel like it's more of a melodic vibe. Then we have Automate, who has been fucking killing it, dude. He's on a lot of tours this year, and he finally got his U.S. visa, so he is going to be crushing it. And he's been doing this thing on SoundCloud forever, and I'm a big fan. And I recently got to see him at Summoning Fest for my first time, his U.S. debut, and it was exactly what I wanted, exactly what I was expecting. That Automate sound, a lot of heavy, a lot of bouncy rhythm. So next up on here, we have Calcium, another one of my favorite artists, and just brings a very bouncy, high-energy sound and very fitting for this high-energy festival. And he's really been doing his thing, and I really am seeing a high year for him in 2023 based on all the tours he's been going on. He's going on tour with Keizo, he's going on tour with AT Aliens. Next up, we have Dirty Snatcher, who has again been doing his thing. He's been doing his thing forever on SoundCloud, but it seems like he's more so making a name for himself as a DJ, playing festivals and getting books and things like that, because I'm seeing his name pop up on more flyers and shows just all across, the nation pretty much. Next up, we have DMVU, who is more weird, down-tempo, very kind of chill and, wonky, very experimental as well. Same thing with Easy Bake, definitely more chilled out, wonky, and experimental. But both of those artists definitely fall into the Wakan category for me. Next up, we have FN, who I'm not really too sure what category he falls into, if it's dubstep or melodic. I feel like he is a bass artist, generically speaking, but I'm not too sure which side, if it's going to be more heavy or more melodic. The next artist here, I'm not even sure how you say this name, if it's Egzok or Ezo, I'm not really sure. So moving on here, we have the homie Emorphic, who has been fucking crushing it, dude. I've been watching this dude for a long time, since he has been fucking live streaming during the pandemic. I finally got to play a show with him early on, like soon after, and then seeing him blow up, just playing Lost Lands and just touring all over the world and playing shows weekend after weekend and really living out his dream is fucking sick. It's inspiring, and it's cool that that's someone I know on a first name basis and just can shout with anytime I see him and just know that he is. The first time I saw him, bro, he shouted me out, and that when I was like, damn, that's fucking cool as fuck. And to see him doing what he's doing, like, fucking, it's sick. So big ups to Damiano, and keep doing your thing, bro. Next up, we have Grabbits, who I'm not too familiar with. I've definitely seen on a bunch of lineups, but I am not too familiar with who that is or what they do or how they sound. Same thing with Haze. I know that name, but I'm not too familiar with the sound or what they're going to be bringing. So if anybody could enlighten me on those two artists, I would appreciate it. And there's not too many artists out here that I seem to be unfamiliar with going forward. Maybe one. I don't know about Park Breezy, but High on Ghost is definitely going to be heavy as fuck. Definitely a heavy dubstep sound. And, again, high energy. In fact, is going to be bringing that trench. For him, I will say trench, because that's what he wants to call it. For those who don't know, Infect has been trying to recoin the term rhythm and make it more of a modern term that we can all appreciate and be proud of. I feel like trench should be a subgenre of rhythm and just make it like the modern, like the underground can call it trench, but, you're going to be getting the rhythm, you're going to be getting, what Infect does. And, just very diverse rhythm, trench, very diverse trench. Next up, we have Jenga, who is going to be bringing, again, that high energy, but it's not a heavy high energy. It's more of a, wonky high energy. It's definitely, can get heavy at times, but it definitely is just, upbeat party music and just definitely gets you moving and dancing and, yeah, not too much of a mosh pit kind of vibe. Jessica Autofred, on the other hand, will definitely be bringing a mosh pit vibe. And we have three of probably the biggest, females in EDM right now on this lineup. We have Jessica Autofred, Lays, and Level Up. Three of the most poppin' EDM females right now doing their thing. So it's crazy to see them just side by side. They're all going to be bringing heavy dubstep. They're all going to be bringing just high energy. And they are all doing it for the females in the EDM industry. Next up, after Level Up, we have Late Night Radio. And that sounds like a takeover. It doesn't sound like an artist. I could be wrong. Maybe I'm not familiar. I'm not educated. But it seems like that a lot of this is bass. I'm not seeing any house artists, to my knowledge. It seems like different kinds of bass, but it's definitely a lot of heavy, and even some rhythm in here as well. Next up, we have Odd Prophet, who is going to be, again, bringing a heavy, almost kind of tear-out sound. If you can remember that, 2016 Trampa, Rocket Fuel kind of sound. Park Breezy was an artist I said I didn't really know, so we're going to skip over that. Reaper is going to be bringing more drum and bass vibes, just high energy, bouncy kind of stuff, but for the most part, I'm pretty sure he's drum and bass. Samplifier is going to be bringing dubstep, heavy, maybe some rhythm vibes in there as well, some trend stuff. Infect and Samplifier kind of go hand in hand. They are definitely longtime homies, but I feel like Infect definitely has more of that like OG rhythm sound, and Samplifier has more of an OG dubstep sound. Kind of like dating back to maybe like 2016, I want to say. Kind of has like a heavier Ray Volpe Eptic kind of sound. I guess if they could be like similarly compared, I could be very off with that, debatably. But moving on, here we have Space Wizard, who again is going to be in the bass category, but bringing more weird experimental Wakan vibes. Same thing with Subdoctor here. Can get high energy at times, but is kind of, I guess, kind of be like Jenga, Space Wizard. No, maybe not so much Space Wizard, but I feel like Subdoctor and Jenga can kind of get in that same category of like it's weird, but you can also kind of like dance to it. It's not like Silver where it's like, yo, what is happening right now? But Super Av, same thing. Super Av and Jenga go hand in hand. Subdoctor could kind of go in that same category, and on a lineup like this, Space Wizard could go in that category as well. Maybe even, but then I feel like artists like DMVU and Easy Baked, maybe Space Wizard can go in that category, I think. Super Av, Subdoctor, and Jenga would be kind of clumped together in my eyes, and then Space Wizard, DMVU, and Easy Baked would also be clumped together based on the artists that I've seen so far. Swarm is going to be bringing a lot of heavy stuff. What's really cool about Swarm is he incorporates a lot of a lot of instruments that aren't typically used in EDM. EDM is very electronic, but Swarm uses a lot of like actual instruments, but like electronically. So it sounds very like orchestral and very, it can get very like, screaming, like screamo type, like Sullivan King style. But it's from what I remember, the one or two times I saw him, it was very like orchestral and intense, and a lot of build-ups and a lot of like strings. Like violins and I guess maybe I don't even know, man. It was complex, let me to say the least. It was really cool, really different, and not just like a heavy dubstep set. There was more to it. B next here, I'm pretty sure is DMB. If I'm mistaken, please enlighten me. But from what I can recall, B is DMB. Even though I don't like DMB, I still take in all the comments, and I just try and absorb all the information I can on social media and online, because I've seen probably about like 80% of this lineup live. Again, this is over the course of a long time. I've been raving, whatever you want to call it, going to festivals and shows for almost like 10 years. I'm almost like 10 years deep in this shit. And so next up we have the Sponges, 2 sets. I'm not too familiar at all. No, I'm not familiar with the Sponges, so I'm going to skip over that. Tokyo Machine I'm not familiar with either, but Versa I'm definitely familiar with. Versa is like a step down from Murata. It's heavy, it's tear-outy, it's very stompy, it's very aggressive. It has a lot of like, a lot of like industrial style sounds, or influenced sounds, I should say. And, he will bring some rhythm as well, and a lot of good rhythm too. A lot of like bouncy, high knee energy kind of rhythm. And, damn, bro, I didn't even see that Sudden Death was a special guest. That's insane. God damn. Yeah, this is a dubstep festival, bro. That's it. I'm calling it. Like, it's got some weird in there, but this is like they're taking the dubstep route this year. And I was saying it, bro. 2023 is gonna be the year of the heavy, bro. All these lineups, these massive, EDC Las Vegas, Electric Forest, they had so many house acts and they were house heavy. And I'm hoping that 2023 is gonna be bass heavy. And they're gonna like, last year was their year, this year is our year. And yeah. So continuing on here. Even though I skipped past, Into Sudden Death, we have Rekno, who's going to be bringing more weird, wonky, but again, kind of more in that fun category, not so weird and experimental like DMVU and Easy Baked, but more into that Super Av, Subdoctor, Jenga vibe, fun, upbeat, wonky. Next up, we have Yuki, who has a nice balance of heavy and weird. And with a festival like this, they'd probably be a little bit more heavy, but they're also going to incorporate a lot of weird and a lot of like wubs and just deep sounds. And I feel like they do a very good balance, and they know, like, they really rock a crowd, bro. They have so many videos that they post of the crowd reactions, and they're always fucking insane. Like, the crowd roars at some of their drops and transitions and just the IDs they have. And we also have some blurred out names here, at least one that I see. So there probably is going to be a phase 2. I recall there being a phase 2 in the previous years of, doing my reviews. But look, 7 days and 7 nights of true forest camping, music, art, and activities. So you get 7 days, 7 nights, 3 festival days, 1 pre-party days, 3 days of early arrival, true forest camping, not carside camping, but you do have the option to carside camp if you wanted. And we have music, art, and activities. So 5 stages of music. We have art installations, and we have activities, summer camp activities like canoeing, fishing, I think there's zip lining maybe, if I'm not mistaken, and a rock wall. They did have hot air balloons in the past, but I did not see that advertised this year, but I could be wrong. It could be announced later. And there are many more artists to be announced. Fuck. So maybe we'll be doing a follow-up or maybe a little Instagram video for phase 2. So that is my review, guys, of the festival. And like I've been saying, it's a bucket list festival. And I think this year is the year I got the homies on board. We're talking about it in the group chat. And I'm really trying to pull some finesse moves and work with some of these artists and get a guest list pass, because the way my festival season is lined up, it is just going to be hard to do this and something like Lost Lens. But we were even talking about sacrificing Lost Lens to do this because, again, we could extend it into 5-6 days. And, you know, it is going to be a unique experience because we have to travel. And maybe we'll do some kind of glamping, or I don't even know, an RV. Who knows? But the I don't even know what the phrase is. The world is the shit. And I feel like this lineup speaks for itself. And like I said, based on the headliners, you can see the direction they tried to take this festival. And it's definitely going to bring a bassy and heavy crowd. And the fact, like I said again, I feel like I said a lot. But they said they're going to be high energy festival. This is a high energy lineup. So high energy fest, high energy lineup, high energy finesse gang squad. Let's get it. So thank you guys for watching on the Festival Finesser. And I'll see you guys for the next one very soon. Peace out. Love y'all.